The story begins by introducing Bacon, a slick-talking hustler who makes a living selling stolen goods on the streets. He has a special knack for convincing people to buy his wares without hesitation. While he's at work, his partner Ed pretends to be a customer but suddenly shouts out a warning. Sensing the police are approaching, Bacon quickly alerts him, and the two bolt from the scene. Ed's true skill isn't just street scams. It's his expertise at playing cards. Later, he enters a shop and finds two men inside, Tom, who's negotiating with Nick to sell a stolen stereo. Tom looks bored by the drawn-out haggling, until he finally convinces Nick that this is the best deal he'll get. Not wanting to lose the item, Nick agrees. He pulls out a wad of cash and counts out 200 notes, barely making a dent in the pile in his pocket. They laugh about Nick's stinginess. Tom is introduced as the one in the group with the sharpest business instincts. Soon after, Ed and Bacon enter the kitchen of Soap, the fourth member of the group. Soap earned his nickname because of his firm principle to stay away from anything illegal. He's proud to be a chef, and even prouder that his work is completely legal. Soap puts £25,000 on the table, and the others match it, pooling together £100,000 in total. Ed leaves to call Harry, the man who controls who gets into the underground poker games. When Ed confirms over the phone that he has the full amount, Harry gives him the nod to join and hangs up abruptly. Harry then asks his right-hand man, Barry, about Ed's background.
He's a fucking thief. He seems to make cards
Barry, nicknamed the Baptist, is Harry's trusted enforcer, known for making sure business runs smoothly, often by using violence. He warns that Ed is a skilled card player, so they'll need to be careful. That night, the group gathers at Ed's place to ensure the money is all there. Bacon tells Tom about their neighbors, who make a habit of robbing drug dealers.
You find your job worth doing, you'll find your share improving.
Meanwhile, elsewhere, we meet a group of marijuana users who grow their own supply, led by Winston and Willie. When one of the housemates answers the door for a visitor, Winston scolds him for not locking the security door. We then meet Big Chris, Harry's trusted debt collector, who brings his young son, Little Chris, along for the job.
Fucking hell, John!
Jesus Christ!
Barry reports to Harry that Ed has brought £400,000 and notes that Ed's father owns a bar, something Harry could easily seize if trouble arises. Harry changes the subject and orders Barry to secure a pair of antique shotguns before they go up for auction. Barry assigns Gary and Dean, two complete dimwits nicknamed Dumb and Dumber, to the task.
It looks old, it's worth money. Simple, call me when you're done.
The big poker night arrives. Ed shows up with the bag of pooled cash and greets the other players and the dealer, most of whom he knows from the gambling scene.
Tim Fraser. Don, Phil.
You must be Eddie, JD's son.
Only Ed is allowed in, so his friends wait at Samoan Joe's, a nearby bar. Meanwhile, Gary and Dean break into their target's home with guns, tie up the owner, and search for cash, only to complain about how poor he seems. An old man named Adam Noah emerges with a gun and tries to shoot them but misses.
Find out where they keep their money! What's wrong with you? You want to be more careful, old...
At the poker table, Harry cheats with Barry's help, using hidden cameras to track the cards. The stakes rise, and when Ed runs short, he borrows from Harry. In the end, Ed loses badly. Harry gives him less than a week to pay up. Ed leaves pale, sick to his stomach, and reeling from the disaster. At the bar, he tells his friends the bad news. They all know Harry won't hesitate to take their fingers if they can't pay on time.
I'm gonna kill him! Stop fucking about! What's all the fuss about Harry?
Don't worry, I'll think of something.
Meanwhile, at the Stoner's house, Plank arrives pretending to buy drugs but is really tipping off Dog, the leader of the gang living next door to Ed. He says the Stoners rarely lock their security door. The gang overhears this. Elsewhere, Big Chris informs Ed's father, played by Sting, that his son owes Harry £500,000, payable in 3 days. Later, Bacon overhears their neighbors coming home after robbing the Stoners. Seeing an opportunity, Ed comes up with a plan: wait for the neighbors to rob the Stoners, then rob the neighbors afterward.
Me too.
We'll be prepared, waiting.
Tom is tasked with contacting Nick the Bubble to prepare for selling the loot. Nick agrees and mentions that Rory Breaker might be interested in buying high-grade weed but wants a sample first. Tom also asks him for a gun. Meanwhile, Barry is still looking for Harry's antique shotguns. When he confronts Gary and Dean, they admit they sold them, enraging Barry, who threatens to kill them if they don't get them back. The guns have ended up with Nick, who then sells them to Tom. Tom laughs at the old-fashioned design, saying they don't look intimidating as criminal weapons.
I want to look fucking mean.
Of course you'll look mean. Rory Breaker's standing by.
Winston warns Willie they'll lose if they hold out, but it's too late. Willie is killed, and the gang grabs the cash and drugs. On their way out, they beat a parking attendant and stuff him into their van. Gloria, who's been there the whole time, bursts out with a machine gun.
Where the fuck does she come from?
But she quickly runs out of ammo and is knocked out. Meanwhile, Ed's crew sneaks into the neighbor's flat to set an ambush. When the neighbors return, they're overpowered, and all the loot is hauled away to Ed's place.
Bend over the fucking desk. Knock him out? What do you mean knock him out? Knock him out with what? Oh, don't...
Tom calls Nick to sell it. But when Nick offers the weed to Rory Breaker, Rory immediately realizes it's his stolen property. The stoners were working for him all along. Rory is furious and sets out for revenge.
You think this is a coincidence? This white shite steals my things and thinks that he can sell it back. Stupid enough to be on this planet.
The neighbors also panic after being robbed. Dog beats his men in anger. While searching, Plank finds a listening device. Gary and Dean try to get the shotguns back from Nick, but he refuses. They report to Barry, who tells Harry. Harry orders the guns found immediately.
Find them, torture them, and kill them. Because if you don't, your family's bang in trouble.
Rory and his armed crew head to Ed's flat, just as Ed's gang is on their way there too.
What the fuck is going on?
When Rory arrives, Plank starts shooting, sparking a bloody gunfight. Dog grabs the cash and guns and flees, only to run into Big Chris, who takes everything.
Fucking gun! We've got to get the fucking gun!
Gary and Dean spot him and wait outside. Inside, Winston escapes with some loot, nearly hitting Ed's crew on the way out. When they enter, they find only corpses. The cash and goods are gone.
No weed.
How did you get your hands on these then?
Big Chris delivers it all, including the shotguns, to Harry before leaving. Shortly after, Dumb and Dumber arrive, not realizing Barry works for Harry.
I've got 500,000 knickers sitting here. It's the guns you had. So get your ass over here now. And I do mean now.
Dean walks in holding the shotguns, prompting another firefight. Gary tries to enter but is killed when Barry hurls an axe into him.
What are you doing here?
Big Chris gets into his car, but Dog is hiding in the back seat, holding his son hostage. They all head to Harry's office, with Ed and Tom arriving too. Ed finds everyone inside already dead, including Harry. He grabs the cash and rushes out, leaving Tom behind with the guns. Big Chris crashes his car into Ed's, kills Dog. Everyone involved is dead.
You're lucky you're still breathing.
They meet at the bar and decide to dump the shotguns in the river, with Tom assigned to do it.
The risk for £700. Tom?
Look,
Now, Tom!
But moments later, Big Chris drops a bag on the table with information revealing the guns are worth hundreds of thousands. They panic and try calling Tom, who's standing on a bridge, ready to throw them into the river, as his phone keeps ringing. Greed blinds both reason and conscience. While everyone fought over the spoils of crime, no one noticed they were destroying each other until nothing was left. In contrast, in some places, the official robbers rarely take each other down. They sit at the same table, sign the same papers, and stash the proceeds in the same accounts. In a crooked world, there are no true friends, only temporary alliances. Today you work together, tomorrow you try to kill each other. If only real-life corrupt officials behaved like in the movies, maybe they'd wipe each other out instead of closing the prison doors to keep themselves safe. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy, hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. You should watch the full movie. Thank you very much for watching.